The first excursion that we had, have you attended? Sude, I mean.
Yes, Sude.
Sude was there.
Yes, Adan. Excursion.
The first excursion.
Adan. And that one done. That was Saturday.
Can we have a discussion, please? Yes, discussion. And that madam there, if you talk, we will throw you out. Sude, if you talk, we will throw you out. Good. So we look at soil, we look at the definition of soil. We said, it is the outermost part of the articles that support plant growth. We look at the importance of soil. We made mention of a lot of importance. We look at the type of soil. We said we have basically four. That is loamy, sandy, silt, clay. And we look at all their characteristics. We look at the soil composition, meaning what comes together to make up soil, just like the composition of a human being. For a living organism, you said before an organism is made, you must have what we refer to as zygote. Zygote, then you have cell. Cell, you have what? Tissues. Tissues, you have what? Organs. Organs, you have what? System. System, you have what? Organism. Then the human being is formed. So these things constitute together to form our organism. Soil also, something have to come. I think you get this. I mean, when a woman is pregnant at the age of 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you cannot find a whole organism. It starts from somewhere. Zygote. Millions of zygote will develop to form cells. Millions of these cells will develop to form tissues. Your tissues in your body. So these tissues will develop to form organs. Your tongue is an organ. Your eye, your hand, these are organs. Organs will develop to form systems, where you have the respiratory system, the nervous, the skeleton system, the digestive system. So these various systems will come together and form organisms. So the whole donkey will be formed, or the whole animal, or the whole human being will form. Soil to have some compositions. Like we said, soil air, air must be present. Soil water, water must be present, and mineral matters, and we have what? Organic matters. Organic. But these things they occur in percentage. For instance, we said this one have the percentage in which they occur is only 5%, and this one is 25%, and this one is 25. It's 25%. The mineral matters will give you how many? 45. Good. So you have these things in your exam, most likely. So you combine all these things, of course percentage is over what? 100. So that is the composition of soil. So all these things have their own characteristics. Soil, organic matters. What is organic matters? What is organic matters? When plant die and decay, when animals die and decay, they form humus. This is what we refer to as organic matter. The dead plants and animals on top of the soil that constitute what we refer to as organic matter. Now we're going to look at soil conservation. I think we started it in the last class, right? We were saying what are the things that we should do to preserve the soil. And in fact, I can remember we took example of we took example of
food.
The food that you cook up.
Yes.
How do you preserve the food? How do you preserve the fish and the like? So how do we preserve the soil? How do you preserve a soil? Huh? Can you sit down, Robert? If you will talk to me directly. Don't go through the comments. You said what? How do you conserve soil conservation? How do you conserve soil? And this one has to go with the harmful effect of man on the soil. I think we should look at that one first. Like the harmful effect. What do man does on the soil that will tamper soil? Huh? What do we do on the soil that will tamper the soil? Alright. Forestation is one. Huh? Deforestation. Deforestation. That is the cutting down of trees without replacement. Too much of cutting down of trees without replacement, can lead to erosion. Of course, erosion, you said, is the removal of the topmost part of the soil by either wind or water. So if you deforest, you are allowing air to move freely, thereby remove the topmost part of the soil. If you remove the forest, that is deforesting the forest, if you do that, you are neglecting the soil. I mean, just like you are bleaching your skin. You are bleaching your skin, thereby you are removing the melanin content in your skin. Thereby you are exposing the skin to the direct rays of the sun. No wonder people with bleach cannot contain sun rays. And they become very, very smelly. You cannot sit beside bleaching women. I hate bleaching women. So, deforestation is one. Two, overgrazing. Huh? Overgrazing. What is overgrazing? When animals feed on grass continuously, when that happens, it is exposing the soil. Thereby, it exposes the soil on either denudation and erosion. And what? What are the harmful effects of soil? Like, no, afforestation should have come here. Soil conservation. Like, what are the harmful effects of what? What do we do on the soil that will make the soil to lose nutrients, to deplete the soil and stuff like that? The harmful effect of man on the soil. Mining, like when you go around Sanyang, too much of that causes bully type of erosion. People that mine the sand for constructions and stuff like that. Mining is also deplete the topmost part of the soil. Now you know what man affects, how man affects the soil. Then you should be able to know soil conservation. How do we keep the soil to be safe? How do we keep the soil to continue in virginity? Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
Yesterday.
When we say virginity of soil. Hey.
Who's about answer?
Huh? By growing too much of trees, by planting trees, and that is called afforestation. That is called afforestation. Deforestation referred to as cutting down of trees without replacement. So afforestation referred to as what? Replanting of trees. Huh? When you have replanting of trees. So afforestation is one. Two, soil conservation. Two is what? Huh? This is 12.
A3.
A3.
Hmm?
12 A3. What are they known for?
Land.
Yeah.
What are they known for?
Yes. So we said afforestation is one. Two is what?
Stop.
Two is what?
Stop them from mining.
Huh?
To stop mining.
Stop mining.
Yes.
Yes. You can say sensitization on the harmful effect of mining.
Yes.
Like mining cannot be very bad, but too much of it can affect the soil. Now, how do you do that? You sensitize people on the harmful effect of mining. You have to know how to mine. You can mine without destruction or destroying the soil. So, sensitization on the harmful effect of mining is very, very important. Sensitization on soil matters like harmful effect of overgrazing, deforestation. So all these things should be sensitized. The population should be sensitized on the harmful effect of deforestation. Of course, you will agree with me that deforestation can lead to global warming, eventually to climate change. That is the talk of the town, climate change, global warming, yes. Climate change, global warming. The climate is changing from a degree Celsius to another degree Celsius. And this is as a result of this and that. As a result of deforestation, as a result of the emission of carbon dioxide. The UNFCCC will tell you, carbon dioxide is one of the major gases that contribute to climate change. And forest, the leaf of forest have pigment that sequestrate carbon, meaning that trap carbon. So if you are falling all the trees, this gas will not be trapped. So thereby it will deplete the ozone layer, the layer that serves as a barrier between us and the sun. This is the fastest gas that does that. And the cars that are moving, the industries that we have, the smoke that is coming from chimney, these are all CO2. The moment you release it on top, they are depleting the ultraviolet rays of the sun. They are depleting the ozone layer. Thereby, if the layer is just like when you have a barrier between the sun and us here. When we remove that one, we have direct contact with the sun. And we are responsible for that. So therefore, sensitization of deforestation and overgrazing and any other form that is responsible for this is very, very eminent. Because when the temperature rises, it affects people. If you are acquainted with world news, in Italy right now, in Spain, in most part of the world, people will go near seas or rivers just to have, just to adapt to the climatic condition, because the areas are extremely very, very hot. So deforestation and overgrazing is very, very bad. So today we want to look at this. Of course, I will give an assignment on climate. So you are going to have a group of 4, and each group will present on one type of climate. Maybe when we have 5 minutes. Today when we have 5 minutes before time we look at that. Environmental resources. Environment. What is environment and what is resources?
Environment is habitat.
What is environment and what is resources? What is environment for us?
Environment is a habitat where we live, but the habitat is a biological term. Habitat is where animals live. Seriously, animals are not living.
What is the environment?
It's environment is a place. Our environment.
Our environment.
Where people live.
Our surrounding.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good word. Our surrounding. Our society.
Our community.
Our community. Environment. How do you say environment in your language, your local language? Because me, my language is not local.
Dekwa.
Huh?
It's Dekwa.
Dekwa. Which one is Dekwa?
All of it. So Dekwa. Your environment.
Which one is Dekwa? Cereal or Fula or? Walla.
Yeah.
Dekwa. Is that one part of one? Dekwa.
Yes, it's real Wolof.
Emphasize on it. Dekwa.
It's real Wolof, not Fana.
What is real Wolof?
It's fun. What Fana is someone who can speak Wolof very well. There's nothing like Fana.
That's really like Fana.
Yes.
Okay, if you can speak Wolof very well,
yes.
That's Fana. Huh? It's like what? Like I didn't get that. I didn't get that.
Father them, father the kid. Father,
They
will be like.
Oh, fast and four.
Fuck it. Fight them, fight it. Yes. There's nothing like deep wall. It's just that they will be like, fight them, fight
But there's nothing like deep wall of.
Fight them.
And there's nothing like Panama.
Yes.
So Panama doesn't exist.
Yes, we created it ourselves.
Huh?
Just they use French in there.
Because we use because they are Senegalese.
They add some French there. Because we add English there. Abanta.
Okay. Okay, now let's take an example of environmental resources. Is take what?
Yes.
It's our environment, Environment, of course, is a surrounding. Environment is a surrounding that consists of both living and non-living organisms. That consists of ecosystem. When ecosystems are in a particular geographical area, this is referred to as environment. When living and non-living organisms settle, it gives you environment. Now resources. What is resources? What is resources? We put these things together.
It can be mineral resources.
Huh? It can be mineral resources. Now what is resource itself? Huh? Physical material. This is a physical material.
Yes,
Huh? It's resources.
Yeah.
Like example, land.
Yes, it's one of the natural resources.
Huh?
Is that one of the natural resources?
We can say plant.
No, forget about the type of resource. We have major type of resources. But resources now.
Resources.
Yes. Huh? Yeah, you won't understand it. That's what
we
I
have
want.
Forest.
Plant.
Forest.
For you, plant is resources.
The activities you do give you resources.
Anything that is. Should the next time you leave my class. So animal.
You know natural resources. This tree is a natural resource. What you see?
What is resource?
Baru tu orang saya makan. Dan animal ni, ni animal mole, evidently, some people.
Resources consist of living and non-living organisms. Anything that you see on the surface of the earth is a resources. Anything. Anything. So if tell us environmental resources, these are living and non-living constituent of the earth's surface. So therefore we categorize these things under different categories. Like for example, we have major form of resources. We have one of them is atmospheric resources, mineral, water, irrigation. Any form of thing can be resources. Whether you use it positive or negative, they can be categorized in the different forms of resources. Now let's look at this, the atmospheric form of resources. Atmospheric resources.